It isn't hard to see why William Blake wrote about this green and pleasant land. After all, Great Britain is packed full of natural oases. It oozes a plentiful array of natural habitats. It is, to me, a great patchwork quilt of all sorts of landscapes, whether that may be the flat fenland or the corrugated hillsides. Over the course of my life, I've been brought up in the rural pastures of the Norfolk countryside, the marshes and the Broads. In this series, I'm taking a trip around the country to the most prolific cities on this land to seek out not the brick or mortar, but the pockets of natural beauty. This week, join me as I literally travel back in time and investigate the medieval city of Cambridge. There's this perception that Cambridge just homes a university, that it's only for young students in black gowns. But the city isn't just a grand home for the bright. It also upkeeps some idyllic bliss. Don't believe me? Follow me. And to start my venture for evidence, I've walked only a mile or so across the city to Cove Fen, a semi-rural meadowland in the south of Cambridge. It's almost in two segments as the A1134 bisects it, but it's been suitably named the Fen Causeway, so it doesn't sound as imposing. But as soon as you leave the Fen Causeway, you really wouldn't know that you're trekking through the city. Suddenly, all that medieval brick is shrouded by bronic grassland. It's an ironic area, as just ahead lies the Department for Engineering and the Faculty of Architecture, and yet the only engineering here is done by nature. The architecture is grassy and wooden. It's lovely. Just a few little minutes from Cove Fen is an amazing little place. Sheep's Green. In a city, yes. This used to be a really big commercial industry. 3 water mills used to operate here, but the land was prone to flooding, meaning it was only suitable for grazing. Talking about mills, take a look at this. North of Cove Fen, after a little serene walk, is a large pond. One of the tributaries to the River Cam flows into here. Many choose to go punting here, but for the less adventurous like me, there's a few restaurants and bars nearby as well. One, in fact, is the old mill itself that's been converted. Now, if you're missing the prestigious architecture that Cambridge is partly famous for, perhaps my next little stop will be just what you need. We spend so much time looking at the fronts of buildings, but we hardly ever look at the backs. I suppose we tend to think that's where the rubbish is kept and the
Hosepipe. Ah, it is, until you get to Cambridge, and then you're in for a real treat.
It's even been named the Backs, and it's not difficult to see why the area is well visited. Some of the university colleges back onto the river here. Just imagine doing your homework here. But there's more. A brisk wander north brings you to Jesus College, and north of the complex is the Jesus Green. It used to be connected to Midsummer Common and supported by grazing, but Victoria Avenue has since separated them, and whilst it's common to see herds of cattle in midsummer, Jesus Green has been converted to parkland.
It's fair to say that what these parks lack are original names. Jesus Green, the Backs, and my last location is no exception.
Christ's Pieces, a Victorian park east of the centre with flower beds and ornamental trees. The park offers all sorts: tennis courts and a bowling green. In good weather, you can have your lunch here, and you can amble along with your tennis rackets and your cheese sandwiches on Milton's Walk, named after the poet John Milton, who was an undergraduate in Cambridge. So, the city may hold some architecture and sculpture, but surrounding it is a bounty of natural beauty. Paradise is certainly not lost here.